I wonder, chat. I don't think we have any Fire Emblem professionals in chat, unfortunately, probably in part because of I'm streaming this on my day off. But, can you, let me think about what I was gonna say. If you adjutant someone to a healer, and then that healer heals people, does that raise the support between those two people? How does that, like, work out? Okay, here we go. Annette does not love this dish, but it gives her points with Caspar.
Ah, I can eat so much of this stuff.
Eating alone is nice, but I think I prefer eating with a friend.
Bum, bum, bum. Who else? Leonie? Who do we have that we can get Leonie with? Who does she need supports with? Shamir, actually. That one actually works out.
That...
And then, like, Felix, Bernadetta. Bernadetta was just Sylvain. Ingrid. Oh, we don't have Ingrid and Yuri's yet, actually.
Oh yeah, we need Ingrid and Yuri's.
I would like to get that. Did I miss Yuri?
He's right there.
Am I blind? Oh, he is right there.
Just...
I might be blind. It happens.
Yeah, it happens.
I've never seen their support, so I really want to get that one.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 more. Felix, Ash, Mercedes, Annette. I don't really care about his and Annette's. I don't remember his with Mercedes. Mercedes doesn't like this dish. Did we already have someone eat with Ash? No. You wanted... Did you want Felix and Ash, or was it someone else with Ash?
It was Felix and Ash, and I think it was Ash and Ingrid. That was the ones. Ash and Ingrid and Petra and Ash, I think. Or Petra and Ash have a
That
thing?
looks appetizing.
I might have mixed up somebody. Because I think it was Petra and somebody that we were going for.
Now, Petra and Ash is on here. That's one that I thought you'd want to see, so I marked it.
Yeah.
Do I actually have... Ferdinand, do you have any? I think Ferdinand actually had all of his C ranks available, like, checked.
I think we got all of them for him.
Marianne and Constance? Constance I wanted with Mercedes, because I haven't seen theirs. I need Mercedes to stop disliking all of these dishes. We don't have many options, girl. What about fish skewers?
Well, she's neutral towards the fish skewers, it looks like.
Did I pass Constance? I did. This isn't the best, but we'll do this. Wait, was it Mercedes and Constance? Yes. According to my list.
Yeah.
Oh, bum, bum, bum.
I have a... of course.
Alright, there we go. Ding dong. Yeah, I think it is worth it to lose the whatchamacallit, because then we could potentially focus more on battles, which should, in theory, get us more supports. Especially because I'm so low on food anyway. And we already got some supports. Okay, we got a couple actually out of that. Nice, nice.
Hey,
yeah, this was Yuri's only C rank, so like that's his, all of his done. We got everyone for Balthus except Hilda, because we can't recruit her. Happy's done. And then Constance just has Mercedes.
Yes, it's decided. This meat is the best meat. Although the other inn has pretty great offerings as well.
Ah, if it isn't Ingrid. What are you up to in a place like this?
Yuri, I could ask you the same.
I'm just out to send a little money to my family. Gotta help however I can, you know?
Oh, that's very nice of you. Forgive my tone earlier. You truly set a noble example.
Right. Anyhow, looked like I interrupted you. You nearly choked on that wad of meat you were gnawing on.
right. That is true, I suppose. You know,
What is it you're mumbling about?
Oh, nothing. Anyway, you once worked for House Rowe, didn't you? 4 years ago, when I visited Count Rowe at his castle. I swore I saw you by his side.
Quite the sharp memory you have. You aren't mistaken. I was staying there then, yes. I had been adopted by the Count.
Oh? Come to think of it, I thought I'd heard something like that. That the Count had adopted a distant relative of his. A young man whose future was both bright and promising. So, that was you?
Yep. Although now, I'm nothing more than a distant stranger to him. Our ties were severed a while ago. He helped me out by getting me into the academy. It wasn't long after that we started having all sorts of disagreements. What the hell were you doing visiting House Rowe anyhow?
Yes. That. How to put it? It was to help clean up after a friend.
Oh no.
Ah, you speak of Sylvain. That must have been quite the mess you were cleaning up. Back to the point. What are you doing out here? Do you frequent this area often?
Mind your business, won't you? I just like to go for walks, get fresh air, that sort of thing.
Easy now. I'm not interrogating you. Really, I just wanted to warn you that it isn't so safe here in the evenings. You'll want to be on your guard.
I thank you for your concern, but I assure you I can handle myself.
Noted. Oh yeah, the innkeeper also wanted me to thank you. He wanted to thank you for being such an enthusiast for the food he sells. Seemed pretty happy about it.
Is that so? How very... Well, I'd better be off.
Seems she doesn't want anyone seeing her with a face full of food. Too late.
Ingrid didn't even try and bribe him with food, like how Lysithea does for Felix.
Yay!
Aha, Lysithea. It's wrong to tease, yet I can hardly help myself. I know a secret. Your secret, in fact.
I think you mean a baseless rumor. Why are you wasting your time? And mine, for that matter.
Well, it's a secret that could completely overturn what is considered common knowledge in crest research.
Shut your mouth! Just... Let's go talk somewhere other than here. Okay, where did you hear about it?
There was a sort of accident in Professor Hanneman's room.
I should have figured. You haven't told anyone, have you?
Of course not. If someone else were to learn you have 2 crests, I might lose you as a test subject.
Please stop talking so loudly. So what if I have 2 crests? If you insist on speaking of it, please do so quietly.
My intuition was correct. You do have 2 crests.
He got her with the old razzle-dazzle chat.
What? Did you just trick me?
Trick is such a strong word. I think of it as testing a hypothesis. The truth is,
tricked
I
idiot.
simply made an educated guess.
Well, now that I've confirmed it for you, there's not much I can do.
I disagree. For example, you could tell me if you were born with them, or is the source magical? What does it feel like to use both crests at the same time? Is it pleasant, painful, euphoric?
Enough is enough! I am done talking about this. As though I'd speak of this to the likes of you.
I understand her desire for privacy, but to refuse my request for knowledge? It's rude.
I can't believe that Lysithea of all people would be rude. That doesn't sound like her.
So rude. Why you gotta be so rude?
Alright, big story moment time.
We got this.
Professor, will you join me? There's something I must do. It will take a few days, but I promise we'll be back in time for the ceremony at the Holy Tomb.
Where are we going?
It's meant to be a secret, but I'm going to Enbar, the Imperial capital. There is something I must do there.
They hit you with the heartbeat. I don't even have one of those. How does Byleth know what this sounds like?
I'll go with you, obviously.
Yeah, if you say I must stay, then you get locked into Silver Snow.
Mm-hmm.
Are you certain, Jet?
Yeah, obviously. We're
Thank
with
you, my
Edelgard.
teacher. Father, forgive me for asking this of you. I know how much pain you're in, how the burden of the throne weighs heavily on you. And so...
There is no need to apologize, Edelgard. You must know that I do not have much time left in this world. The time has come.
Thank you, Father. Now, to complete the Imperial succession, you must relinquish your crown here in the throne room. The Archbishop of the Church of Seros would normally act as witness, but my professor will fill that role instead.
Edelgard.
From this day forward, the weight of the Empire's future shall rest upon my shoulders. All that I do will be for the benefit of the people of Fódlan.
Edelgard von Hresvelg, the crown is yours. By the covenant between the red blood and the white sword, and by the double-headed eagle upon your head, I hereby pronounce you the new Emperor. Are you prepared to take those responsibilities as your own?
In accordance with the ancient covenant, and in keeping with the Hresvelg legacy, I swear that upon this throne, I shall use my reign to lead Fódlan to a new dawn and achieve peace for all.
The Imperial succession is complete. My daughter, I regret that I could not do more for you. When you were stolen away to the kingdom, when the Prime Minister did those horrible things, I could only watch in horror.
I understand, Father. In those dark times, your eyes and your fists were my salvation. Within your eyes, I saw true care, and upon your fists, clenched tight with indignity, I saw the blood that dripped and fell. Even as I bled, I felt that you too must also be bleeding.
Your Majesty, you must not leave your sleeping chambers in your condition. Ah, Edelgard. I did not expect to find your Highness here.
Prime Minister, you have misspoken. I am no longer your Highness, but rather your Majesty.
Impossible!
It is true. Edelgard is the new Emperor of the Adrestian Empire. We will summon the officials and prepare an ordinance at once. And you, Prime Minister,
are dismissed. It will be some time before you are allowed to make contact with the outside world again.
No! How can this be? Understood, Your Majesty.
Edelgard, my dear El, I leave the fate of Fódlan in your capable hands.
Father. Thank you for staying by my side, Professor. Now that I'm the Emperor, it's time to grasp my destiny. After the ceremony at the Holy Tomb, I must return to Enbar. This may be the last we see of each other. We are out of time, my teacher. Everyone is waiting for us. We must go.
So I'm just gonna say what we're all thinking. Ferdinand definitely got his genetics from his mom.
Yep.
100%.
We can do this
I'm glad for your help.
Definitely at least got his hairline from his mother.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, yeah, so it
that
skipped
worked.
over
Now I see the
our
heart.
mastery. I'm getting the
teaching
hang of
time
it.
because we were in Inbar, but then we should be able to do the rest of the weekends as normal. Yes. Yes. So, I don't think they actually explain it later in this route. Maybe they do if you read some of, like, the random books lying around or something. Three Houses is really bad about, like, going deep on their world building, and they do it like in bits between all of the routes and like supplementary material and whatnot, not like the main story. But what they were talking about there, the Prime Minister doing horrible things and all that, is that Edelgard's dad was basically, and I think they mentioned something about it in one of the cutscenes about how like they had made the Emperor a figurehead, but basically the Prime Minister, Duke Eyre, who we just saw, and a bunch of the other high-ups in in-bar politics more or less overthrew the Emperor, like he's just a figurehead, and they have all of the political power and whatnot. But now Edelgard has it because she's Edelgard and she took over. All right. Lawrence receives a letter from his father, Count Gloucester, who wishes for his son to resolve a territorial dispute that is about to escalate to violence. I want Thyrsis!
Give us Thyrsis, and then your death.
Fork it over! Land of the Golden Deer.
Ah, perfection. Oh, these tea leaves are just divine. Quite the impressive selection, if I do say so myself.
Lawrence, so this is where you are.
Hello, Cyril. Lured here by the exquisite aroma, were you?
No. I've got a thing for you. It's a letter. All right, well, don't say I didn't deliver it.
A letter for me, is it? Curious. Let's see what we have here.
I think it's specifically Caspar and Linhardt's dads and maybe Bernadetta's. Oh, that did like the overthrowing of the Emperor? I think there are 6 of them. It's Hubert's dad as well. And then all of the dads you mentioned and Eyre. And then like one other? I don't remember who the other one is. It's called like the Uprising of 6. I remember reading about it before because they don't really show it in the game well at all. Who's it from?
Hello, Professor. It is a rare correspondence from my father, as it happens. Some difficulty with Acheron, apparently. My father wishes me to return home and settle it.
Acheron?
A young lord whose domain borders my father's. Do you know of the Great Bridge of Myrden? It is an old bridge across the Aramid River, a key crossing between Alliance and Empire territory. Acheron controls the land on the northern side. Controlling such an essential location gives him quite a bit of clout, which he is ever so eager to deploy toward the purpose of stirring up trouble. This time, he is dredging up an old border dispute that was supposed to be settled some time ago. He has even begun to dispatch military force. It is best we rout his troops before they cause any damage to the surrounding villages.
Why does this fall to you, Lawrence?
To my father, Acheron is insignificant in the face of far more pressing political matters. Other houses wield far greater power and influence. Goneril, Ordelia, Edmund, and of course Regan.
Goneril is Hilda, Ordelia is Lysithia, Edmund is Marianne, and Regan is Claude.
Ah, okay.
To make his voice heard at the Round Table conferences, my father must keep up relations with them.
I think that's... Then there's Lawrence, which is Gloucester. I think that's all 5 of the people who make up, like, the Round Table, the ruling... I think those are the 5 families that make up the ruling, like, government system of Golden Deer.
That is simply the way the Leicester Alliance works. It was, after all, founded with the goal of freedom from Fargus. We prize that independence highly, even if it occasionally hinders cooperation. There is often talk of mutual aid, but the truth is that each noble acts to maximize personal benefit. At the moment, the Regan dukedom is in no state to keep those conflicting motivations in check. So while the Alliance may appear to be at peace, the reality is that internal conflict is a routine matter. Of course, this leaves me precious little time to sit back and enjoy a cup of tea. Alas, I must be off.
Sounds tough.
Since you're here, perhaps you would care to accompany me on this little errand? I have no fear of Acheron, but it could be valuable for you to experience these political nuances firsthand.
I am going to murder you.
Deer house behind. The fate of the Alliance will nevertheless rest upon my shoulders someday.
No.
Brother, Claude exists.
Yeah, Claude exists, and after this, you're gonna die.
Deal with understand its workings. What say you to broadening your horizons?
Let's go.
Let's go,
Excellent.
and so we
Let us
can
be
kill
away
you
at
afterwards.
once. I shall leave the finer details of preparation in your capable hands.